Welcome back. Math's easy step by step. In this part 6 video, I'm continuing to show you prerequisite knowledge, skills, and abilities that you just have to know in order to answer the Pythagorean Theorem question regarding that right triangle in the part 1 video. And so in part 4 and part 3, I've been manually showing you how to simplify these square roots or radicals. Well, now I'm going to do both. I'm going to show you how to manually simplify, and then I'm going to show you how to use a calculator to simplify if ever asked to do that on your exams. So you'll have both in this part 6 and possibly part 7 video. So let's just get right down in here and get to it. Example number 4, we've got the plus and minus square root of 45. I've been using my generic method of using a factor tree in order to simplify and break these values down to its smallest multiple. For example, 45. Why don't you stop, pause the video, and give this factor tree a try. Then rewrite the square root of 45 with its smallest multiples inside, just like I've been doing. Give it a shot now. Pause and practice. Hey, I said pause and practice. That's okay. Hey, if you didn't get a chance to pause and practice, let's just break it all down right now. So 45 is not an even number, so I can't divide 2. Can I divide 3 into 45? Yes, I could have. I could have divided 3 into 45, which would have given me 15. And then 15 breaks down into 3 times 5. So we would still get the same smallest multiples of 45 if you did it that way. I know 45 is divisible by 5, so I just divided 45 by 5. And 45 divided by 5 is 9. Well, how do I know that? Well, 5 times 9 is 45. So now I'm going to break down 9 into its smallest form. And I know 9 can be divided by 3. 3 times 3 is 9. So 5 times 3 times 3 will give me 45, right? And I know these are the smallest values because only 1 can be divided into 5. Only 1 can be divided evenly into 3. So these are the smallest values. And again, 5 times 3 is 15. 15 plus 15 plus 15 is 45, or 15 times 3 is 45. So I can rewrite the square root of 45, 5 times 3 times 3. And then you can see I did that now. So I'm going to give you another opportunity. Stop and pause and simplify. There's one more step into solving this problem manually. So stop and pause and simplify the square root of 5 times 3 times 3. One more step to get your final answer. After we do that together, I'm going to show you how to use the calculator to do the exact same thing that we did just without all of these steps. All right, stop and pause in 3, 2, 1. All right, I gave you that chance to stop and pause. So here we are. We have 2 perfect pairs of 3, so that means I can pull out one value working with square roots. And then there's one loner. The 5 on the inside stays 5 on the inside. I pull out one value of 3. 3 times 1 is 3. 3 times the square root of 5 is your final manual answer, right? That means plus 3 times the square root of 5, and negative or minus 3 times the square root of 5 is your manual final answer. Now I want to show you how to use the calculator in using the functions of your calculator to get the answer. Now your calculator is not going to give you a 3 square root of 5 value. It's going to give you a decimal value. Why? Because this answer right here, what it means is 3 times the square root of 5. And because 5 didn't have a perfect pair, right? 5 was a loner. This 5 value will turn out to be a decimal value. So you're multiplying 3 times a decimal value. Hey, let's just get right on into it. Let me show you what that's going to look like. All right, so again, I'm going to be using a calculator step by step to show you how to simplify plus and minus the square root of 45. Okay, so the first step in using your calculators to push the function that looks just like right here. You've got a square root with the 2, as I mentioned earlier in the other parts of a video, and the x inside that square root value. Once you do that, you're going to see in your calculator the square root and parentheses. Let me show you using my calculator now. All right, so I'm showing you the function here. You can see we have that value right here, the square root, the x inside the square root, and it's showing you that it's a square root. That's the very first button you're going to push. You push that button, and now you can see again that square root with parentheses. All right, so the second step you're going to take on your calculator, you want to push that target number, right? 45, that's inside the radical. 45 is your target number, and then you're going to end up seeing the square root with 45 inside the parentheses. Let's take a look at that now. Okay, so now I'm just going to punch in the 4 and the 5, and if you look up here, you can see the square root of 45 inside those parentheses. Okay, so the third and final step you're going to take using your calculator. Third, you're going to push the equal sign, and then you're going to see, let me show you now. All right, I'm going to hit the equal sign on my calculator, and it shows you that the square root of 45 is equal to 6.70820, on and on and on and on. Right, remember, this is plus and minus because this is a square root value. Positive 6.7 and negative 6.7. Why is that? Let me show you why we came up with this decimal value. Okay, so remember earlier when we solved this or simplified it manually, we came up with a 3 times the square root of 5. And so if you were to take 3 times, hit the square root function, put in the target here of 5, you would end up with the same value of a plus and minus 6.708203932, on and on and on and on and on, right? And so, but we went to the root of the problem of 45. That was our target. And when you hit equal sign, we got that same value. So stick around. Part 7 video, I'm going to go over another example showing you how to manually and how to use your calculator in order to simplify these radical values. Remember, math is easy. Take it step by step. Thank you for joining me. Please like, follow, share, and subscribe.